mail inbox. Okay, when we enter into the inbox, this is the main screen. And as you can see, this arrow which is pointing downwards on the left-hand side corner, those three lines that are there. Okay. Now, these three lines, this is what designates the main menu. This is from where we access the main menu. Okay. So at any, when seeking to support, or Google also has a great support system. So when we are calling up Google, if they say that, please go to the main menu, we all know that, these three lines that are there before the word Gmail is written, that is the main menu. We will also explore this when we do the demo. Now, when we are in the inbox, there are certain hidden menus. Okay. Hidden menus in the sense that we are still in the inbox. As you can see in the main menu, the inbox is highlighted. Okay. And moving over the square, that is there, which the arrow is pointing to, by the side of that, there is a drop down. When we click on the drop down, we get this menu. Okay. That which mails do we want to see? Whether all or read or unread or starred or unstarred. Okay. This is there from the computer. These screenshots are from a bigger screen. You could call it a laptop or a computer, or the desktop. Moving ahead is if we open an incoming mail. Okay, when we open up an incoming mail, what we get here is at the top, we get various options, okay, with which we can apply to the mail itself. We will again be exploring these. When I do the demo, we'll be doing it live, and I will let you know as to what all we can do from here. So this will come up. This particular, this tab at the top, with these icons, they will come up only when we open up a mail that has come to us. That is one thing that we need to be, we need to know. Secondly, if we see on the right-hand side of the shared screen, there are two options there. One is for printing, and the other one, there is an option in which we can open a particular mail in a new window. Okay. When we open it in a new window, it will stay open there, and we can continue scrolling through the mailbox, and find out, work on other mails also. Besides that, when in a mail in the inbox, when we have opened up a mail, if you see where, the right at the extreme corner, there are these three dots. Okay. These three dots, again, dots anywhere is it's a hidden menu. Okay. And when we click on those dots, we get to the other options that are there. And from here, what we can do, is all these options that are here, but they are not visible, otherwise. Until and unless we click on these dots, they are not visible. And we will also see that when we do the live demo. Besides that, when we are there in any mail that has come, okay, and we want to reply it, okay, we hit the reply button, and once we hit the reply button, there are other options also. The new mail, the new section which opens up, from where we can reply to the participant, reply to the sender of the mail. By the side of that, there is a drop down. Okay. A very useful drop down in the sense that from here, we can reply, we can forward, But the best thing is we can edit the subject line. Okay. For any reason, if we wish to edit the subject line, we can do it from here. And then, the mail has a different subject. The last is again important. It pops out the reply. Okay, just that, it makes it more bigger away from the thread. Other than that, I am going to be doing a live demo, and now I will be sharing the screen of an email ID which I have created for demo purposes. Okay, so allow me to get to my tab, and from there, share that particular email ID. Now, this is the email ID. Okay. This is the email ID. And of course, this is my Google account. And from here, I go into the Gmail. Okay. Once I go over into the Gmail, this is what opens up. Okay. And as I had said earlier, I had shared from the slide deck. On the extreme right-hand side, these three horizontal bars are sometimes referred to as the hamburger menu. It is the main menu. From here, if we click, everything gets hidden. I mean, if we want more space, if we want more space for the inbox, everything gets squeezed up. Okay. The main menu gets squeezed up. If we click on this, then we can see, inbox, we can see starred, snoozed, and so on and so forth. All these options become visible. If I click on that, everything gets hidden there. Okay. So that is, primarily the function of the main menu, whether we want it visible or whether we don't want it visible. Okay. Now, coming into the main menu, of course, from here, one of the things in Google is the first option that comes up there, where it says plus compose in the menu section. It literally means that we create a new mail. Okay. There's a difference between creating a new mail and replying to a mail. Here, we are creating a new mail. So we click on this, and when we click on this, a new pop-up comes over. And from the pop-up, all that we do is we write the mail, okay, and we write whomsoever we want to send it to. And of course, we write subject. If we, it's good to write a subject because then the other individual gets to know as to what the mail is about. So I just write here demo SAP basics. And what we do, we just now within the settings, since I have smart settings enabled, it will kind of give me recommendations. So if you can see on the screen, it already says Dear Raju. Raju, it has picked up from the email ID to whom it has been going. And dear, the word, it has picked that up because I generally type, I use the word dear. So when this is enabled in the settings, all that we need to do is for us to type this word, we use the keyboard tab key. I just press the tab, and what was a suggestion gets typed in here. I hit hope all well. Okay, hope, and it gives me, the suggestions. You're doing well. Okay, and I just write thanks, and I just write here Raju, and I hit the send option. Now this mail, where we will see that is again in the main menu when we hit the sent folder. When I hit the sent folder, it comes up here straight off. Okay, to Raju. If I click on this mail, I will be able to see what I had sent. This is an ordinary mail. Okay. There is within the compose option, we get other options also. Okay. I say, supposing for any reason, I do not have any access to, or rather, I am busy, after say half an hour, but I need to send a mail. But I need to send a mail after half an hour. Okay. Or maybe, after an year, after tomorrow or day after, whenever we wish to send it. Now, how do we send that? There is an option in Gmail. What we do is we write, the address there. I just put in the address. I put in the subject as demo, schedule schedule later. And I just write, okay, dear Raju, hope you are well. It takes that. Thanks, Raju. Now, instead of, the difference here is that instead of sending it directly, instead of hitting the send button, there is a drop down. The send button is also divided into two sections. Okay. When I click over into the second section, there is, there is an option there. When I click on that, I get an option of scheduled send. Okay. After doing so, when I hit on schedule send, I click on that and another pop-up comes over. It gives us certain standard recommendations. We don't want to, if we don't want to use the standard, what we will do, we can also choose select date and time. We click on that and we get into a calendar. Okay. And from the calendar, we can choose the dates that we wish to. It could be any date that we choose for. What I will be doing is I will choose, the time. I mean, today, the time after, say, another 15 minutes. So that you will know, so that I can also show you that the mail has been sent. Now, where it says 18:20, I just cancel the 20 minutes and place it as, say 35. Okay. And hit the schedule send. So what will happen? The mail will be sent on Tuesday, 15th of March, 2022 at, sorry, I don't want to put it as 18. I want to make it as 17. Okay. So that I can show that to you within this. Okay. Now we can edit this time. When we edit this time, we have to ensure that whatever time we have written or typed in is in the same format. Okay. Now this is a 24-hour clock, so everything needs to be entered in the 24-hour clock format. Having done so, I just hit the schedule send. Okay. And once we hit the schedule send, what happens is when we check on the main menu, within the main menu, there is a folder there, scheduled. Okay. And there is one option. If I click on that, it will show me to Raju, demo, schedule later, so and so, hope you are well. And, it will show me, that mail. We can edit this also. Okay. If I click on this, I can edit this also. I can cancel the send, but I don't want to do it. I just let it be so that I can show you that, that this mail will go. And, when we see the time here, okay, if I move the cursor away, you can see that it will be sent at 17:35. Precisely 13 minutes from now, this mail will automatically be sent. Okay. So that is how we schedule messages for sending later. Okay. Questions, if any, you can unmute yourself and ask me, because this is more of the demo side. So it's I would be busy doing the demo, so maybe I can miss out something on the chat, but you can unmute yourself and ask me of any questions. Now, when we check this schedule after 15 minutes, we'll see that this will become 0, okay, because this mail would have gone, and then we will be able to see it in the sent folder. Okay. The next thing that we can do in the compose, okay, is sending a secure mail. Okay. Now, here I would like to say that although it is secure, but then there are, when we say secure, means confidential, but then there are ways by which the individual can copy the material. Okay. For example, by taking a screenshot or by clicking an image. So the confidentiality portion may not, be that great. It used to be great when, when it was initially started, but then even Google warns us about that we should be aware of it. So the question is, then how do we send that mail? I come over into Tool. I write down, the email ID of the individual to whom I want to send it. And I mentioned the subject as confidentiality, confidential mail. And I just write here, okay, dear, oh, what has happened to my spellings? Dear Raju, hope all is well, all are well with you. Okay, done. Thanks. And I hit the yes. Now, when, now in order to send it in the confidential mode, or what needs to be done is that where send is, where the send tab is, by the side of that is formatting options, attaching files, attaching a link, smileys, drive, images, then this lock with a clock. Okay, I refer to that as a lock with a clock. We'll click that open. Okay, and when we click that open, there comes a, there comes the what we call it, the conditions of this mail. It says that the recipients won't have the option to forward, copy, print, or download this mail. Okay, that is one way. That is the way by which Google secures it. Okay, but then when we click on Learn More, it tells us that the recipient can click an image, or they can make a screenshot or videograph it, and so on and so forth. What we can do is we can set the expiry period. Okay, it expires in 1 week. If I click on that, it gives us these options. Now, post that, they would not be able to kind of see this mail. If I say expires in 1 day, it comes up here, and then it will say requires passcode. Passcode in the sense that there is, we have to give the cell number of the recipient, because then an SMS passcode would be required by the recipient to open it. So if I just write here, before that, let me cancel it, since I will show you, I will open this mail in another browser and show it to you also. Okay, this particular mail, this is also an email ID which I use for doing a demo, and now let me get rid of this. Yeah. So I'm sending this mail to a recipient, and from the lock and clock, I say it expires in a week. Okay. And from there, what I do is I save it. Okay. Now it tells me there is a special bar which comes up here. Okay. It says content expires on such and such. It gives me the option. Recipients won't have the option to forward, copy, print, or download this mail. No problem. We can edit it. Okay. We can edit this. If not, I want to send it. I just hit the send option. When we hit the send option, the mail has been sent. And if I go over into the navigation, into the main menu, you can see the confidential mail is there right at the top. Okay. And from here, even we can remove the access also, make it into an ordinary, into an ordinary thing. Now, I will go back. I will open up the mailbox, the second mailbox, where this mail has landed. Okay. Just give me a moment while I do that, and then I will show you the. We will also share the district, what you call it, the difference in how, as to how the other individual has received the mail. Okay. Just give me a moment, please, while I switch over tabs. Vaishnavi, can you see a new mail box, or do I stop and share?
Sir, right now I can see that you have written, Dear Raju, hope all are well with you.
Okay,
Thanks.
okay. I
Yeah.
will reshare. I will reshare. Okay, because there are times, when, yeah. Now, you see the mail that I had sent. Now, this is the recipient's of mailbox. Okay. And this was the mail that he has received, Ram Singh, confidential mail. Okay. This was the subject I had written there. When I click on this, okay, when I click on this, it will open up. Okay. But the difference is here is that if we click on these 9 dots here, okay, and I click on that, and you'll see I cannot, the forward option is missing. The print option is missing. The download option is missing. So the recipient officially, they cannot print, download, or forward this mail. Just to show you, just as a reference, I will again go back to the mailbox and say, let me say, this file, zip file demo. If I click on this, and there are these dots. If I click on that, see the second option is forward. Okay. The third option, fourth option is print. And fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th option is download. All of them were missing from the confidential mail. But then, yes, like they said, that the individual can always take a screenshot, okay, and make copies of that. But from Google's point of view, this is the secure way of sending mails. Right? Now, sharing screen again from the original email ID that I have created. Yeah. Now, from within Compose, okay, within Compose, we have other options also. Okay, this was a few of them. If I just write, okay, and put this in subject demo fonts. Okay. This option here, okay, dear. Okay. Now, these options here, this floating bar that comes up, these are all the indenting options. We can choose or apply, what we can do is we can choose and apply fonts, their size, and so on, so forth. Okay. The below that, below that are the options of, when we click on the A, this floating bar comes up. When we click it off, when we uncheck it, this bar for formatting disappears. Okay. So, and from this, we can choose the fonts that we want. We can choose the size. The size is not in points. It is small, normal, large, and huge. Bold, italics, underline, and then there is text color. Gmail is not just about sending mails in black and white. We can make it fancy also. And we have the option of both the background color as well as the text color. If I choose the background color as if I choose the background color as as something different, it will take that color there. Okay. And if I choose the font color as something different, it will take that also. Besides that, what we can do, besides that, what we could do is the indenting, okay, the alignment, numbers, the bulleted list numbers, the, quote, the strike through, and, any kind of formatting that we have applied, we can remove that. So these are all the options that are there, from the word processing point of view. Okay. Now, another thing that is there in this is supposing we have to, kind of share at now the paper clip next to the font formatting options is again attaching files. We can attach files from the device. Next to that is this link, insert link, a very useful thing. Instead of copy pasting an entire link and not being sure as to whether it will, work or not, especially when we are sharing, later on when we also share files or we share any kind of websites. So what we do is if there is a link that I need to share. Now, for example, hope you are well. I just enter and just write here, sharing a file, sharing a file with you. Okay. And I go on to writing, sharing a file with you. And I want to sharing, or rather the file, sharing the file with you. Okay. And now I want to, insert a hyperlink on this file for a file which is on my drive. So I go into the drive, and from the drive, when I am in the drive, from the URL, okay, from the URL, I just I open up the file and copy that link. Okay. At the top, it says, can you see Vaishnavi? Yeah, my doc file or not?
Yeah, I can see your doc file. A
Yeah.
demo drive basics, right?
Right. Thanks, Vaishnavi. Okay, because I can see it, I'm not sure whether that's why I keep on asking. Now, this file I want to share. So at the top where it says docs.google.com, I just place my cursor there, and it gets selected, the link gets selected. We can, if it doesn't get selected, what we do is we just hit the Control A, and then everything gets selected and copy it. using Control C. And once we have done that, okay, once we have done that, sorry about that. Okay, once we have done that, we go back, okay, we go back into the mailbox. And from the mailbox, I go back, sorry about that. Oh, I needed to go into the other box. Okay. So from here, I need to go back into my mailbox. And when I go back to my mailbox, I need to, okay, plus and open up the mailbox. And the mail that I had drafted, okay, it's in drafts. I come back here and sharing the file with you. As you can see now, the word file I highlight and I click on the link. Once I click on the link, it says text to display is this, and I just paste this. Okay, the link is pasted. I hit OK word. Okay, and now when this individual, when they click on this link, they will go directly to that file. Okay. So that's how we share a link. By the side of that is again inserting emojis, inserting files from the drive. If I click on drive, it will take me to my drive, and from there I can select the files and add them. Next to that is again inserting a photo. If I click on that, it will take me to the photos, to Google Photos, and from there we can add the images that we want. Now, say supposing if I click on this and I hit as attachment, okay, it will insert the photo there. Okay. And now see, this image gets inserted here. Okay. It's a heavy image, but nevertheless it gets inserted. And once done, we just hit the send option. Okay. And someone needs access, view, turn link on sharing, and send. Okay. So the mail goes off. Okay. In the meanwhile, the mail is sent, and if I click on the sent folder, okay, if I click on the sent folder, this is the mail there, with the link, with the picture. Okay. In the meanwhile, we have crossed the time of 5:35, and what has happened? What I previously showed you was in the scheduled folder has now been sent. Okay. If you see in the navigation menu, there is nothing. Okay. There is nothing. The scheduled folder is not here. And if I click on send, it will show me this mail, demo schedule later. When I click it open, it shows me the time as 5:35. That was the time when this mail was sent. Okay. Now, another thing, this was all about sending. Now, we will be exploring how we can recall a mail. Okay. In order to recall a mail, Google gives us the options of from 5 seconds. Okay. Mind it is 5 seconds to 20 seconds maximum. By default, it is 5 seconds, but we can increase that time to 20 seconds. And how do we do that? The first thing that we do is we go over into, when we are in our when we have opened the mailbox, we go into these settings. On the right hand side, there is this gear. We click on those settings, and then there is an option of see all settings. We click on see all settings, and when we click on see all settings, we come up to by default it will open the general tab here. And when we open the general tab, it will show us language, phone numbers, maximum size, undo, send. This is the section that we are looking at. Send a cancellation period. My apologies, it is 30 seconds. I said 20 seconds earlier. It is 30 seconds. There is a drop down here. If we pull it down, it says the 5 is by default. It is at 5 seconds. We can opt for 10, 20, or 30. Okay. So if we change it to 30, okay, let me change it. If I change it back to 5, any changes that you make in the settings, one thing is for sure. In order to confirm those settings, we need to scroll down and save changes. Okay. If we don't hit the save changes, then that setting does not come into effect. Okay. So since I changed it to 5, it has asked me to kind of go and change it. Let me go back to 30, and then I have not made any changes, so that save changes just disappears. Then it says that I have not made any changes. Going back again into compose. Okay. What I would request everyone to see on the left hand side of my shared screen. Okay. The left hand side, bottom area. So if I write the address here, and I just say recall mail, and once I hit the send option, there will be a black kind of a box that will appear here. Okay. It will give us 3 options. Just make a note, just see that. Okay. I send it, and it says sending, message sent, undo, and view message. Within 30 seconds, if I hit the undo option, the mail will not go. It will open up again. But if I do it after 30 seconds, the mail is gone. Once it's gone, Google does not offer any way by which we can recall it. Okay. So just, this portion, 5 to 30 seconds, not beyond that. Okay. And once we undo it, the mail will open up. Of course, it is saved in the drafts. But then we can check on that mail also. Okay. Now, another thing, okay, another area that we will be exploring is replying by templates. Okay. Very essential for individuals who send out a similar kind of response to, a similar response to individuals, to mails that have come in. Okay. Now, for example, if we tend to become, I am planning to become an entrepreneur. Okay. So people will be writing to me. They will say that, this is my order, so on and so forth. And I want to, this is my order, please process it. So there are many people who will write that. So how do we do that? How do we create a response which we can send to all of them, okay, instead of individual? So what do we do? What we do is we create a template, okay, and it is very easy to create a template. Let me tell you this. The first thing that we have to do, okay, is again in settings. Okay, again in the Google settings. Okay, go into see all settings, and from here go into advanced. First one was general. Second is, advanced. We go into the advanced section. Okay. Linda, you need some help?
Yes, I have you on my screen, but I can't see the demo. I lost it. How do I get back to what you're putting on the screen?
Vaishnavi, will you
Yeah,
help her?
Linda ma'am, have you joined by your mobile phone?
I'm on my phone, but
Okay.
I'm looking at my laptop, so I can do what he's doing on my laptop.
Okay, so on your laptop, you can't see the demo. What's sharing the screen, right?
No, okay. I'm doing the class from my phone, so
Yeah.
I can do things on my laptop.
Okay, so you're viewing the class from phone. So
Yes.
can you see on the top right corner? Can you see the screen? What Raju sir is sharing? It's become
No, I
small.
just see him. I only see him.
You only see him.
And when I tap him,
Uh-huh.
I still only see him. He's outlined in green. And then I saw below I could tap on you. That's why I sent you that message.
Oh, okay. So I think so you're gone in the gallery mode.
Gallery.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you swipe to the left?
Swipe to the left. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Try that.
And do it again. Okay. I
Yeah.
see it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5 screens come up.
Yes. Scroll through further.
Yeah,
Scroll through
further.
further.
There is no further. Nothing to the
Okay,
left. Nothing else comes up.
Go to the right. Can you try that?
Okay. Now, yes, that brought it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I see you now. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay. So as I was saying, just to recap, in order to prepare templates, we go over into the settings. Okay. We click on the settings, and this gear. After that, it says see all settings. We click on see all settings. Okay. And from here, the navigation tabs are there at the top. In the second row, there is advanced. Okay. We click on advanced. And the second option that we get, templates. Turn frequent messages into templates. We have to enable this. By default, it is disabled. Okay. So we have to enable this. Enable, this is a radio button. Either enable will be selected or disable will be selected. Both will not be selected at the same time. And once we have made the selection, then we have to go down and again save the changes. Okay. So first things first is enable template creation. Okay. Now, once we have enabled that, then what we do, we go into the compose. And from the compose, let me make it a bit bigger. I don't need to write the to option. Okay. I don't need to write the email ID to whom I'm sending it, because this is a template. A template can be sent to any individual. Okay. Thanks, Vaishnavi, for all the good work. Really appreciate that. Okay. So now we don't need to write the email. All that we need to do is we write the subject. Now, for example, if I am writing, I am accepting an order. Okay. Or somebody has sent a mail and I want to accept their order. and it's my standard text is there, which I want to write. So I just write here, subject, your order. Okay. And from here, I say, I just write, thank you for your order for multiple items. Our sales, our delivery department, the delivery.
Raj, how
Yes.
does that come up? How does that screen come up when you're on, after you've enabled the templates? Where will that come up?
Yeah, you just leave that. You just need to enable it and then go into composing a mail. After that, we will convert it into a template.
Okay, but if I've clicked template enabled, what's the
Yes.
next thing I'm supposed to do?
The next
Save
thing,
changes?
you are supposed to compose the template.
Okay.
So just go into compose and write whatever you want to write there.
Compose. Okay. The big plus sign on the left. Okay.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's
okay.
correct.
Okay. I got it. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. So I write the delivery department will connect with you in the next during the next 30 minutes. Okay. Please respond to their call. They will call, sorry. I wish to, they will. I'm just writing text, not, they will call you on the number on the registered phone number. Okay. And regards. Okay. And ABC company. Yeah. Now this, say supposing this is my template. Okay. Now after I have typed this, what we need to do is look towards the extreme right hand side. Okay. Where this pen and all is. After the pen, there is these 3 dots. Okay. And the delete option. So we click on the 3 dots. Right? If I click on the 3 dots, it says templates. Okay. And from the templates, what we do is we save draft as a template. Okay. And I click on that. And once I click on that, it will give me another option. Okay. Now I say save as new template. I hit the save as new template and I give it a name. Okay. I give it a name and I write a name that this is, okay, delivery call. Okay. And I save it. So this text that I have created gets already saved as a template by the name of delivery call. Now, any mail that comes in, okay, any mail that comes in, okay, we can reply to that using this template. For example, I will just, do that for you. Now, this mail that has come in at the top, okay, Raju Gandha, which says no subject, and there is an attachment. Assume that this was an order, and I want to respond to it by that mail. I open that mail, I go into reply. Okay. When I go into the reply mode, I get these three dots again here. Okay. Anybody not with me on the same page, you can please unmute yourself and ask me. Now I get these same three dots. Okay. I open that and go into templates. Okay. And here is delivery call. I just click on that, and you see that same mail comes up here, which we drafted. And all that I need to do is hit the send button, and it's gone. Okay. That's how we create, templates and use them. And you can use n number of templates. And any template that you have created, you can also edit it. Okay. For example, if I go into compose, I will go into straight in these three dots. And from here, when I click, I go into templates. Okay. I have all these templates, created. If I want to edit them, I can edit them. If I want to, if I say open up confirmation of services, now this thing comes over, I can edit this. Okay, and then save it again. Say within a fortnight. We changed our policies. I say within 2 days. Okay, and I just go back into the more options, templates, and what I do is I go into this and I just save it. I just overwrite. I get the option of overwrite, and confirmation of services. I just overwrite that. It will overwrite. I save it, and next when I open confirmation of services, I will just do that. I go into reply, go here, templates, and confirmation of services. You see here within 2 days. So once a template is created, it is not that it will remain only that template. We can edit that also. Okay. Any questions on that from any individual? This is a very useful feature, especially if we are running any kind of a business. All the standard material, the standard response, be it pricing, be it business terms, be it any kind of an acceptance, be it any kind of a thing, we can create templates. Then we don't need to copy paste, and send it each time. Okay, it seems I have taken up a minute more of the allotted session's time. And if there are no more questions, then I would just share the last 3 slides that I do before, signing off the session. Just give me a moment while I get my tab right and into sharing screen, going into, yeah. We did the live demo from our screen, from a computer, and of all the features that were there. What we did during the session was we explored, the sections of the main menu, the inbox, send, so on and so forth. How to compose and send mails, be it secure, confidential, recall, or these all these are for scheduled for later. We explored all those features and the available actions for incoming and sent mails. Okay, and That too, the difference in, especially when we send mails in the confidential mode. We explored that also. And of course, the last but not the least, how to create and reply with a template for a routine response. We created a template, we sent a message through that, and we edited a template also. With that, again, thanking you all very much for your valuable time.